Who's the brainless meat now?
The film opens at a calm lake house where Teresa is sitting alone by the water, enjoying the peace and quiet. Her moment of tranquility is abruptly destroyed when her friend Caleb buzzes a drone directly at her face and startles her. Caleb arrives laughing, clearly entertained by himself. Teresa, not amused, asks whether he should be checking on his girlfriend Jessica rather than playing with gadgets. Caleb tells her he already gave Jessica medicine and she is resting fine. Teresa decides to check for herself. She enters the room and finds Jessica asleep, sits down beside the bed, and opens her copy of Wuthering Heights. After a moment, she realizes something is wrong. Jessica is softly reciting the exact words from the page Teresa is reading. Before she can process this, Jessica's voice shifts into something deep, guttural, and completely inhuman. Teresa demands she stop. Jessica goes still, then slides out of the bed. Teresa rushes to help her and Jessica jolts awake into violent convulsions, grabs Teresa by the hair, and tears her scalp away. Teresa stumbles outside in a daze, blood running down her face, and finds Caleb. Jessica snatches his drone off the ground, looks directly at him with a smile that is not her own, and slashes her own face wide open before diving into the lake. Caleb goes in after her. Jessica drags him under the surface. What returns to the top of the water is only Caleb's severed head thrown at Teresa. Jessica rises above the waterline, eyes wide and demonic. The film rewinds one day to show how everything began. Beth is on the road with a band she works with as a crew member. At the venue, she slips away to the bathroom and takes a pregnancy test. She stares at the result with visible dread. Afterwards, she travels across the city to visit her sister Ellie, who lives in an apartment building with her 3 children. The 2 sisters have a strained and complicated relationship, years of hurt between them, most of it tied to their mother. Beth brings gifts for the whole family, but when she produces something intended for their father, the room falls into tense silence. Ellie sends the kids out to pick up pizza.
Danny, go take my car and get pizza with your sisters.
So the 2 of them can speak privately. Ellie tells Beth her husband walked out 2 months ago. Beth is wounded that her sister never told her. Ellie says she tried calling twice. Beth apologizes and means it, but Ellie is still carrying too much anger for the apology to land cleanly. When the kids return, a powerful earthquake rolls through and shakes the building hard enough to send them all stumbling for walls and door frames. When the tremors stop, Danny ventures into the parking garage.
There's a hole.
And finds a crack in the wall that opens into a hidden underground room. Inside are dusty old vinyl records and a strange, ancient-looking book. He carries everything back to the apartment to show Bridget, suggesting their mother might be able to sell the book for extra money.
Mom could do with some extra money right now, don't you think?
Bridget refuses. Danny effectively stole it, and profiting from it is wrong. When Danny tries to open it anyway, he accidentally cuts his hand on the cover, and a drop of blood falls across the pages. The book opens by itself. The illustrations inside are deeply disturbing, graphic, and demonic, and they frighten Bridget badly enough that she demands Danny return the book to where he found it right now.
You need to put it back right now.
She leaves the room to go tell their mother. The moment she is gone, Danny puts one of the vinyl records on. A priest's voice fills the apartment, describing something called the Naturum Demonto, the Book of the Dead.
Fabled volumes of Naturum Demonta.
And reciting what sounds like a dark and ancient incantation. The pages of the book begin turning on their own. Danny panics and tries to pull the record off, but cannot manage it fast enough. In the elevator below, Ellie is on her way back up to the apartment. An unseen force slams into her out of nowhere, and the elevator drops rapidly. When Ellie regains consciousness, she is in tremendous pain, her head pounding, disoriented, and terrified. She screams for help. The evil entity is still there with her in the small enclosed space, coiling the elevator cables around her body and making her suffer. When the power to the entire building cuts out and the apartment falls into darkness, Ellie eventually reappears at the front door. But something has fundamentally changed in her. She walks calmly to the kitchen, turns on the gas stove, and begins cracking eggs into a pan as if nothing in the world is wrong. Beth asks what she is doing.
What's up, sis?
In a voice that is calm in all the wrong ways, Ellie describes wanting to cut her open and climb inside their bodies. Then she drops to the floor and vomits and begins crawling on all fours toward the kids. For one brief moment, the real Ellie breaks through and begs Beth to protect her children from whatever has taken hold of her.
It's in me. Don't let it take my babies.
Then she collapses. Danny and Beth try to take her to hospital, but the elevator is inoperable. Their neighbors Gabriel and Mr. Fonda help carry Ellie to bed, while Gabriel and Fonda go out through the fire escape to look for help. Beth sits alone and thinks about how badly she has managed her relationship with her sister.
I don't know what to do, Al. I'm too scared to even face your kids right now.
Then her phone plays a voice message in Ellie's possessed voice, saying she is burning. The phone breaks apart in her hand. Beth blinks and a fly crawls out of her eye. When the children arrive, they find their mother seemingly recovered, but Beth can feel how dangerously hot her skin runs. They fill the bathtub with cold water and lower Ellie in. Her eyes roll back and she crawls directly up the bathroom wall at full speed, screaming at such a pitch that every mirror in the room shatters. She drops back into the tub, falls silent, then looks at Danny and tells him in a perfectly calm voice that Mommy is with the maggots now. She climbs out and goes for Beth, stabbing her in the hand with a glass shard. She turns on Bridget,
I'm free now.
leaping at her and carving her cheek open with a tattoo pen. Danny knocks her down with a chair and she tumbles into a dark room. Gabriel arrives and the family gets out of the apartment, but Ellie bites out Gabriel's eye as he pushes her away. She coughs it up and it lands directly in the mouth of their neighbor Jake in the hallway. Beth locks the apartment door. Ellie begins hitting her head against it from the other side. Beth watches through the peephole as Ellie catches Jake in the hallway and kills him. Gabriel comes back asking for help and Ellie opens his throat. Mr. Fonda tries to stop her with a rifle and she kills him as well. She peers back through the peephole at Beth. Inside the apartment, Bridget notices how much the illustrations in the book resemble what their mother has become.
Don't you think Mom looks just like one of those pictures from that book?
Danny plays the vinyl record for Beth so she can hear the priest describe the Deadites, how the evil enters a body, what it does, what it wants. Cassie follows the sound of her mother's singing voice to the front door. Ellie coaxes her into unlocking it and immediately goes for her throat. Beth and Danny haul the door shut before Ellie can get fully inside. In the kitchen, Beth finds Bridget sitting on the counter, chewing broken glass. Bridget spits in Beth's face and crawls toward her,
Do you want to, Beth?
opening a gash in her leg with a cheese grater. Beth knocks her down with a heavy pot. Bridget chases her and runs into Cassie, who impales Bridget through the mouth with the sharpened end of one of her toys. Danny restrains Bridget and ties her to the bed. While Beth listens to the vinyl for any information that might help them, Ellie crawls through the ventilation ducts and kills the building's cat inside the shaft. She drops into the room behind Beth. Beth catches Ellie's reflection in the glass and turns. When Beth shuts off the record player, Ellie simply uses her own voice to replay the incantation, one finger extended as if conducting herself. Beth drives a screwdriver into Ellie's neck, no effect. Ellie throws her across the room. Beth finds Danny gravely injured and Cassie hiding beneath a table. Danny apologizes to Cassie before dying from his wounds. Ellie advances on Beth and immediately senses her pregnancy. She is visibly pleased at the thought of killing them both. Cassie slides a pair of scissors across the floor. Beth rams them into Ellie's nose. She grabs Mr. Fonda's shotgun, takes Cassie, and moves toward the fire escape. Ellie tears the scissors free and follows. Beth shoots her leg off. Ellie appeals to Cassie, telling her that Beth is trying to take her mother away. Cassie looks at Ellie and tells her she knows that is not her mother anymore. Beth shoots off Ellie's arm. The neighbors Ellie killed earlier have all turned now. In the elevator shaft, blood begins rising. Bridget and Danny, reanimated among the dead, begin pulling Ellie's remains apart and reforming them into something much larger and more monstrous. A spider-like deadite made from the pieces of the woman. Beth and Cassie reach the parking garage and nearly escape, but their car drops into a pothole and stalls. The spider deadite closes in. They run on foot. The Deadites catch Cassie and pull. A chainsaw is thrown at Beth and knocks her off her feet. The Deadites drag her toward a wood chipper and start it up. Cassie manages to shut it off. Beth recovers the chainsaw and fights through Ellie, Bridget, and Danny one by one, feeding their remains into the chipper. She knows exactly what she is doing, and she does it anyway. She finishes. Cassie mourns in the silence. Beth holds her, and they walk out of the building together into daylight. The film ends by returning turning to Jessica in the apartment below, who slept through the entire night of horror. She wakes up, gets dressed, and prepares to meet Caleb and Teresa at the lake. Then she steps into the hallway and sees the aftermath. The blood, the bodies, the destruction. Before she can fully understand what she is looking at, the unseen force that started everything turns its attention toward her. The film ends on her scream. The evil is still out there. It is already moving to the next door.